next one has occurred. If it's Frank's fault, then it's a bad mistake, but he's a brilliant racing driver. He's a fantastic bloke as well, and people make mistakes, and this is a bad one, but we have to remember that he's a great driver.
Generous remarks indeed from Biela's teammate, perhaps not shared by Audi Bentley boss here, Dr. Ulrich.
The stupid thing was that when I was heading back to the pit at the end of the last lap, I found myself behind one of the Paynoses on the Porsche curves. I tried to pass him on the left, coming out of the Porsche S's, but he just accelerated more quickly than I'd anticipated. And by the time I realised what was going on, I was too far over and didn't have enough time to brake to enter the pit lane to refuel. So I tried to get round the rest of the circuit using the starter motor and by driving slowly, but I just had no chance.
NASA Max's problem, however, is not fuel-related. Their engine had to be replaced after a major ignition problem in the morning warm-up.
We just can't stop breaking our gear selection cables. We've already broken 2 and I got stuck in neutral on the Mulsanne straight. It's very simple. We have to find where the breakdown is happening so the problem goes away. I don't think gear selection cables are usually much of a problem at Le Mans. We have 1 cable left, and if we don't sort it out, it's all over.
Actually, the problem was probably heat damage caused to all the car's ancillaries after that morning warm-up incident. And more incidents there, this time for the WR team, who nearly take both of their cars out of the race. Oh dear, a spin to take out your teammate is never going to be very popular. In the GT class, the number 93 car continues on its steady way. Alex Job Racing, one of the most professional Porsche teams there are. Jean-Marc Gounon dives into the Courage pit, scattering marshals and pressmen. And nearly, as they pull out nearly in front of the race leader. Capello is going to be less than impressed by that. Accidents all over the track. This looks like a dome has tangled with the second of the Corvettes. Neat little spin turn there by Andy Pilgrim, and look, that's what happened. Tapped up the inside, very easy to do. The number 16 dome there, and a number of gestures there about how it might have been a good idea to use your mirrors. And this is a battle for position. Marco Werner's pink helmet with Brabham up the inside to try and retake second position, which he does safely as they come up to the chicane for the Dunlop Bridge. The Bentley did lose quite a bit of time with that unscheduled stop, and as a result of trying to get back round the ProDrive Ferrari, he has to lose position again and is now stuck behind the GTS car. Problems all round. This is the rather slow prototype 900 Norma Ford with a puncher that sends them in to the gravel trap. Now that is going to shred gravel all over the chicane and create further problems for everybody else. Werner in. He stays at the wheel. New fuel, new tyres, and out they go again. Also Japanese entered is the number 77 Team Taizan Porsche that's run very well, and Nishizawa's been very quick in his class, running much further up than expected. Last year's winner, the Kevin Buckler Racers Group car, in second position in their class. And class leader in 675 is the Reynard with the Volkswagen engine, not the quickest car in the class, but certainly the one that's run most reliably so far after the troubles to John Nielsen's Zytek engine car and to John Field's Lola MG. And there is the NASA Max car. Ultimately, they really want to finish. Of course, they want to be competitive, but to get to the end really would be quite an achievement. A stop for the Pescarolo car, and this is a problem with the front brakes. They've actually got to change the brake calipers. Sarrazin there waiting patiently in the car, but it took 11 minutes. And this is young Vanina Ickx. Same colour helmet as her 6-time winning father, Jackie Ickx, and into the Porsche number 84. And more wild driving by the number 16 Dome there. He's pushed Johnny Molam in the 360 Risi-entered Ferrari just clean into the pit lane because he wasn't prepared to give him room to move over. Thundering through the Porsche curves with the big Chevrolet Corvette number 53. But it's a pace car. Chevrolet Corvette also providing the 3 pace cars this year. There's oil on the track and the organisers really want to clean it up. They're unhappy about the amount of oil there is, and a lot of drivers using the opportunity under race control conditions to make a regular stop. Good tactics. The trouble is that at Le Mans there are 3 different pace cars that pick up different sections of the field around the track. There he is just going off the 3rd of the pace cars, but he's been holding up, as we can see here, the number 8 Bentley, 2nd in the line, which means the number 7 car has greatly widened his leading gap over his teammate. Race events influenced there by the pace car. After 4 hours, the order is Bentley, Bentley, Audi, Audi. Still the Dome Judd in 5th, a good performance by the Penozes now, up to 6th. The Pescarolo cars still not really making an impression on that top 6, but a nice onboard shot there as he comes up to lap the Velox ProDrive 550 Maranello. You can see the extent to which the Pescarolo Courage Peugeots are short on engine grunt in a straight line. It took some time to get past the Ferrari. In the Audi Japan pit, Seiji Ara takes over from Marco Werner, who's driven a long and very competitive stint. Oh, but there's a need to change the nose. There's something that they need to do, and that was clearly unexpected. New nose on, Ara sits patiently in the car. And a regular stop for the number 88 GTS class-leading Ferrari. Still having trouble getting the front nose section onto the Japanese Audi, but at last he's away. But you can't afford to lose 2 or 3 minutes like that. Ara has now got to carve his way back through the field. Everyone flashing their lights at everybody else while they go through their own particular battles. Ara has now got quite a lot of Le Mans experience, and he's always been very quick. So 4.5 hours into the race, the lead Bentley's done 73 laps, but the damage of the pace car to the number 8 Bentley, now 1.5 minutes behind, is clear. In the champion Audi pit, Johansson hands over to Pirot, and we hear from JJ Leto, the 3rd driver.
It was normal routine. It was nothing special. We knew that Bentley is going to be faster, so why to bother with that one? You know, we're just trying to keep our own pace, do long stints, and try to be reliable and stay on the track as long as we can.
And they shouldn't have too much trouble doing that, as Emanuele Pirot sets off again from the pit lane. Pirot, Johansson and Leto, all ex-Grand Prix drivers, all ex-Le Mans winners, a formidable team. In the GTS class, the 2 Velox ProDrive Ferraris, cars number 80 and 88, are very much dominating, and the Chevrolets not really offering the threat that was expected. Pirot had been lapping extremely quickly at the start of his stint and was certainly going to have no trouble catching up the number 5 car. In the 675 class, the number 26 John Nielsen driven and entered and owned